Everyone seems to think that they have the correct concept of God. What is your concept?
People often ask me about that, and they put it a little bit differently. They say, what's the difference between spirituality and religion? I would say that the problem with religion, I don't find any problems with spirituality. To be spiritual is to be pleasant, to be nice, to be happy, to be wonderful, to be perfect, or at least to strive toward perfection and the goodness of God. The problem that I find with religions is dogma. To me, the worst word in the English language, or any other language, I don't even know that that's an English word, probably comes from the Greek or perhaps from the Italian, I don't know. Dogma. That is what is messing up the world today. Take dogma out of religion, and you now have the basis for a good spiritual planet. When you ask me about the nature of God, I would have to give you an answer that is, of a necessity, a wrong answer. To answer that question, one would have to be God. But in my years of traveling and of examining myself as well as other people, and my years of meditation, many of you know I started with Paramahansa Yogananda in the late 40s, and that I've had mentors, many mentors before and after that, who led me along this path, the path to the great oneness that we call paradise, God. And I've concluded that on the level of physics, quantum physics, and I've known a few quantum physicists in my time, I've lectured before a number of them, I accept pretty much the concept of parallel and infinite universes. Infinite universes. What is infinity? Infinity means that no matter what you can come up with, there's always one more. My definition of infinity is simply one more. If you said a trillion, I would say one more. One more one or one more trillion? Well, yes, one more, one more, one more. That being the case, there is a you on another universe, in another planet just like this one, and you are sitting here talking, and I am on your end watching and listening. If it's infinite, whatever you can think of is. Now that tells me that God is everywhere, because the only reason for an infinity of universes would be for experience. And that is what we're here for, experience. After all, what is the human race? The human race is here for what purpose? What possible purpose? When you examine it, you'll find that the only purpose the human race has is procreation, to create ourselves again and again and again and again. For what purpose? The only other purpose is to experience. And so we are here for experience. You want to reach God? You experience. You experience what? Experience everything, because that's what God is. God is experience. God is all, in all, is all. When God said, I am that I am, put a comma after that. I am that I am, and you have it. That is God. I am that, and that, and that. I am the molecule. I am the sun. I am the wind. I am you. God is in all of us. Therefore, we are all part and parcel of God. Now, what are we to make of this? Well, we are to experience. We are to get in touch with our greater good. How do we do that? Well, we have many clues. The big clue is in the meditative state. The meditation state, what it enables us to do is to quiet our mind, to get rid of the minutiae, the thousands of butterflies of thoughts that constantly flit through our minds, taking us away from the things that we should be occupied with. You yourself have to come up with your own concept of God. You won't be right. You won't be correct. You can't be. Any more than an ant could create an image of what a human being is like. However, the very fact that you are attempting to understand the nature of God will help you become a little closer to him. I say him, and I cringe when I say that word. And I know the feminists would say, why don't you say her? I would cringe just as much for that. I cannot imagine that a God would be human-like in that he would have a stomach and would have to eat and other things. That cannot be a God. And I cannot imagine a God that would have to procreate the way that a human does. That can't be God. God is creation. God has created everything. And there is no time, for if there is an infinity of universes, then everything is happening right now. On one of those universes, it is the year 3050. In another, it is the year 27,000 BC. In another, it's prehistoric. In another, it is far, far into the future. Whatever is now on a parallel universe. But experience is what God is. Experience.